Hello, my friend, and welcome back to the ABCs of Success. I hope you enjoyed the first two videos, and I hope you're really enjoying your journey to finding your life's purpose and creating massive success in your life. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the C in the ABCs of Success. And the C, when we were talking about bringing it back to self-defense, the C stands for combat. So in video one, we talked about awareness, being aware in self-defense and in our protection of what's around us, of the intentions of people that are around us. In the second video, we spoke about setting up boundaries and having strong body language, boundaries, letting the person, a potential attacker, know that, putting up a boundary between that person and yourself, and also letting that person know through your verbal skills, setting up boundaries that you're not a victim. You're not someone that should be messed with and that person should move along. But in the world of self-defense, if those things fail and you're in danger, you may have to physically defend yourself. So that C stands for combat. Well, in the world of success and finding our life's purpose and creating massive success in our life, that C stands for challenges. We all have challenges in our life. And quite frankly, the higher you reach and the bigger your goals, the more challenges you're going to have to go through. Okay? The key to overcoming challenges is taking action. And it wasn't until I took action that things really changed in my life. Okay? Because I went through my share of challenges, and I'm sure you have as well. So I said in the previous video that I'm going to get a little bit raw with you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. So here goes. As a younger man, I owned one of the largest martial arts schools on the entire East Coast. My school was thriving. I was very well respected in the martial arts industry. I actually sat on the board of one of, if not the largest martial arts business consulting firms in the entire world. I traveled all over the world teaching martial arts, but also teaching martial arts entrepreneurs, the business side. Quite frankly, I made a lot of money, got married young, had 4 beautiful, amazing kids, had the big cars, had the big house in the perfect neighborhood, and was really living large. And then everything came crumbling down. I made a lot of bad decisions. Some of the decisions were just simply, I kind of lost my focus. Remember in video, the first video, awareness, we talked about clarity? Well, I lost some of my clarity. I wasn't clear. And some of these decisions really didn't affect me at the time, but down the line, they really came back to haunt me. So I lost focus. I wasn't focusing on my business. Everything that I touched to that point had turned to gold. So I think I lost a little of my drive and my focus, and I wasn't as hungry as I had been in the past. Well, I fell out of love with my wife, and we got divorced. And the town that we lived in had a very, very small town mentality. And as word spread of the divorce, maybe I wasn't the perfect person that everyone thought I was. My reputation really took a hit. And that really haunted me. And it wasn't until I read a quote by John Wooden, who was the head basketball coach of UCLA during the late 60s and 70s, and they won record numbers of championships. And he spoke about, and I'm probably not saying the quote correctly, be more concerned with your character than your reputation. For your reputation is what others think you are, and your character is what you really are. And that had a huge impact on me because my reputation just took a terrible hit. My martial arts business dropped dramatically, I ended up losing my school, losing my business. And during that time, my ex-wife, she was going through some financial struggles. She made a decision to take her and the kids and move to out of state where it would be, the cost of living would be cheaper. And I made probably a decision that, haunts me to this day and really took me a long time to get over the guilt, is I didn't fight it. I was going through financial struggles and I just didn't have the money at the time that I thought to fight for my children and to keep them in the same town as me. So in a pretty short period of time, I lost my business, I lost my marriage, I lost my family, I lost my home, and I literally ended up homeless, living on my parents' couch until I was able to get back on my feet a little bit. Well, so why am I telling you this? Am I telling you this so you can feel sorry for what I went through? Absolutely not. You may have gone through or something worse than I went through. And I've learned that there's always someone who's got it worse off than we do. I'm sharing this with you so you know where I came from. So maybe you know that you need to keep your focus on what's important in your life. But also it lets you know, I want to let you know the steps that I took to get back from, to where I am now. So what happened? Well, I took action. Number one, I had some wonderful friends and mentors that literally shook me and let me know, hey, what are you doing? Snap out of this. And I began to take action. And what I did was I took these skills that I learned in martial arts, from training in martial arts from the time I was a little kid till today. I still train in the martial arts. I took those skills and I utilized them in my own life. Awareness, being aware of what did I want? Where did I want to be? Well, I wanted to find a job, a profession where I could make, really good money because I wanted to have a certain lifestyle. Well, I found that I was really good at sales. And I caught on with a company that is the #1 home improvement company in the country. And a friend of mine got me an interview. And you weren't even supposed to have an interview unless you had 8 years of sales experience. I had 0. But I interviewed very well. And the manager at the time took a chance on me and hired me. And I basically told him, look, I'm going to make every single mistake that you could possibly make. But I promise you I will only make it once. And I will learn from it. And he took a chance and he hired me. And I am grateful to that person for giving me a chance. Because I set my intention that this mediocrity was not for me. I wanted to work for the best and I wanted to be the best. So in a year and a half's time, I won an award for being a $1 million earner. And every year since that point, I've earned, at least for the company in sales, I've earned at least $1 million in sales for that company. And it's increased every single year. I set an intention and I became very clear on exactly what type of partner, who is the woman that I wanted to spend my life with. Once I made that declaration and I became very clear, I met Mary Owens, who is my partner, and I couldn't believe, I would have thought you were crazy at the time if you told me I could have a relationship with such respect and caring and knowing that she always has my back and I always have her back. I became very, very clear in the type of relationship that I wanted to have with my kids. And I'm happy to report that my relationship with my children has never been better. And why did all these great things happen to me? Well, because #1, I became aware of exactly what I wanted in my life. I gained great clarity. I set up boundaries so that nothing would take my focus away from those important things that I wanted to accomplish. And I went through challenges and I took massive action. Doing all those things, putting all those things together that I learned from the world of martial arts and self-defense, bringing that into my own life is what took me from riches to rags and back to riches again. And when I say riches, I'm not just talking about financial riches. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about the type of life that I or you want to live. And you know what else happened during this time is I found my life's purpose. My life's purpose is I've always been a teacher. And I know that there are people out there, maybe you're going through the same type of challenges that I went through. And I want to share my story with others, and I want to teach others the same skills that I learned, that I've perfected, that helped me to find my life's purpose and live the life of my dreams and create massive success in my life. So there you have it, the ABCs of success. Of course, there is much more for me to share with you. There's much more to teach, to learn, to grow. So if you'd like to work directly with me, click the link right below this video and you'll have an opportunity for us to work together. I started this part-time and you can as well. Okay, so make sure you go ahead and click that link. Let's get started. Let's continue our journey together. Until next time, I'll see you on the other side.